How to study so you can remember everything. Studying for an exam is a difficult process, especially when you are having trouble recalling facts. The pressure of taking a test may cause you to forget the material that you studied. If you are searching for methods to help you retain information, this article will provide a variety of study tips for you. Here are some pointers to help your brain recall information easily. Steps. 1. Take a walk. Before studying, head outside to enjoy the weather for at least 20 minutes. Research has shown that exercising before an exam or a study session will help your memory and brain. Save enough energy for studying so that you do not feel fatigued. 2. Write your study notes on flashcards. The exercise sparks a mind-body memory connection that typing and printing doesn't replicate as well. Writing is also a longer process that provides adequate time for the information to sink in and stick to your head. Afterwards, gather all the flashcards in a neat stack and shuffle them. A good idea is to attribute a different color to each school subject. This means that, for example, all your English flashcards will be blue, and the ones dedicated to math, red. Put your flashcards into envelopes that you can stick in your notebook. 3. Use memorization techniques. When studying, using different study methods will help the information stick to your head. For example, speaking the facts out loud rather than reading them will boost your chances of later recalling it. As you study, highlight the points that you remember before focusing on the ones that you don't. 4. Use a question-answer process. At the end of each study session, prepare questions about the material that you have just studied. Write each answer on a piece of paper. Repeat this method a few times if some facts are particularly elusive. At the end, type out the questions that you have trouble answering. 5. Listen to classical music. Using the correct type of music during your study sessions can improve memory skills. Keep the volume at an appropriate level to avoid becoming distracted. Be sure that the songs you play do not contain words or loud melodies. If you find that the music proves to be a distraction, turn it off or change the song. 6. Take study breaks. Although you may be tempted to plow through the information, taking breaks allows your brain to absorb and process the information. Giving yourself time to relax will also boost your motivation and focus. Participate in relaxing activities for short periods of time before returning to the books. 7. Use scents or tastes to spark your memory. Spray an unfamiliar smell during your study sessions. When the exam comes, using the same scent will improve your ability in recalling information. This method can also apply to chewing gum. However, be sure that you have permission to chew it during the test, otherwise, it may be confiscated and you'll find yourself in trouble. Another way to use smells to boost your memory is to spray perfume on your lessons, a different one for every subject. Before your test, use that bottle on yourself. For example, for math you used vanilla during the studying, and when you inhale that odor again, you will remember the important math equation you were supposed to know. 8. Alternate between study locations. Information is better retained when you have a change of scenery. Locate the best rooms that are free of distractions, such as the library or your room. Be sure to remove any electronic devices that might hinder you from studying. Avoid locations with noisy people or distracting sounds. With each study session, change your surroundings. 9. Remain focused on your study topics. You should keep your attention on important facts while avoiding the unnecessary ones. Avoid over-studying and filling your brain with useless information. Many people have a tendency to focus on unnecessary facts, resulting in them forgetting the essential material reviewed before. Memorization is made difficult because of this. 10. Study in the same position. Research has shown that your mind retains information easier when you are in the same position that you take your exam in. Adjust your surroundings and seating position so that you are in the same one when you take your test. For example, if you are going to be tested at a desk, study at a desk. 11. Sleep. The week before the exam, be sure you receive adequate amounts of rest. 6 to 8 hours of sleep per night is essential for energy and good health. Getting enough rest on the night before the exam is even more important. Although you may be tempted to stay up and cram, your brain will not be able to retain the information properly. You'll also be depriving yourself of rest, which leads to a lack of energy and focus. Ensuring that you have enough sleep will guarantee a better performance on your test. 12. Eat. Maintaining a balanced diet is essential for good health and an adequate level of energy. You can improve your focus by eating well, balanced meals that contain good amounts of calories and carbohydrates. Snacking on healthy foods, such as nuts or fruits, during your study breaks will help your body remain at its best. On the day of the exam, ensure that you have a healthy breakfast. You should satisfy your stomach so that it does not feel empty during the test. Also, eating will provide an energy boost. 13. Review on the morning of the exam. Before you take your test, give yourself a quick review. Write down the facts that you are having trouble remembering. Go over the questions that you feel uncertain about. However, avoid cramming, as it does little good for your brain. 14. Take the exam. Do your best on it while keeping a positive attitude. Answer the easy questions before returning to the harder ones. Circle the ones that you are uncertain about, and move on to the others to save time. Answer essay questions with clear points, and support them with an adequate amount of information. You should manage your time well throughout the exam, making sure that you spend enough time on each question. Double-check your answers. You may be able to catch small mistakes or careless answers. Avoid spending too much time on one question. It is important to distribute your time well throughout the exam. Tips. Don't study more than 4 hours unless you need to. Always take regular breaks during study. Stressing out over your studies can get you distracted, so stay calm. Write the important points in each lesson. So in the exam time, you will get help and you will not have to search the 1,000 pages textbook for every answer. Be active. Don't try to fit everything in your brain before the test. That causes stressing. Study slowly, peacefully. That's the best way to go. Make flashcards. More organized is the way to go. Get good sleep. If your brain is going everywhere while you are studying, you are most likely not gonna get a good grade. Don't panic when you get the test, just relax so you don't forget anything. Listen carefully. Get at least 8 hours of sleep. Study exactly 30 minutes before sleeping. People remember things well right before they fall asleep. Clear your mind. Do something you enjoy, then right after hit the books. Try running, then studying, and then do something that feels good. If possible, get your friends together to do a group study. You can quiz each other and help each other to study the information to pass your class. Do not go to the exam hall early. You tend to forget some information which you study few hours before exam. So try to limit how much you talk to people. If you forget anything, don't panic, just sing a song and recollect. It helps, sometimes. Gather in a study-only notebook all the most important points from your lessons, notes, etc. To avoid everything mixing together, put post-its that stick out of the notebook at the beginning of each subject. Squeeze your study notebook between 2 thick books, like dictionaries. This will make sure it doesn't get damaged and you can always find it again. If you are stressed out about tests, you may also take a shower, even if you already have. It helps you calm down and be cooled off. Make the work into a song or game to help memorize it in a more fun way. Make time for studying. Highlight important points in your lesson. These will stick in your memory. Have a book to note down key points. Study 2 to 3 days before the test, and on the day before the exam, just review. Relax and don't be stressed. Warnings. Be careful not to get distracted. Nibbling while you study may be pleasant, but it shouldn't make you more concentrated on eating than working.